Alright, welcome back to Mass Effect 3 Legendary Edition. Let's get right into the mission. It's going to be a bit of a longer one.
What's the best way into the archives? The facility is located below the wards. Maybe a direct breach for maximum surprise? I like it. Sounds like you're learning the ropes.
Hell, hang out with us long enough and you'll learn ropes, knives, bombs, thresher maws.
Don't hang out too long. Pretty soon you'll be making friends with us, sorry.
I heard that.
I think you were supposed to.
The archives is somewhere below us. It could be pretty tricky to get in there.
Yeah, even really. Cortez come along for this one.
Krogan first. See you at the party, princesses.
Rex is always the first one down. No matter who else you bring along, Rex is always the first one down. As long as he's present, of course.
Not this again.
Ambush!
Scatter and take cover!
In the old days, we had at least 5 minutes before a mission went south. Shit, we got a club.
Brooks, you okay?
Upstairs! Scattering and...
That's enough! Drop your weapons or this won't end well for her.
Familiar voice?
All right. Whatever you think you're getting away with. There's nowhere you can run, nowhere you can hide where we can't find you. Hide? Why? I'm Commander Shepard. I never hide.
Uh-huh. So that's how it's gonna be.
Who are you? You weren't the only Shepard that Cerberus brought back to life. But at least one of us will finally do something with it.
Yep. Yeah. This is a really weird mission. Yeah, it kicks off gets right into something weird.
Where did you come from? The same DNA as you.
A clone.
Cerberus spared no expense resurrecting you. With me, I was created for spare parts, in case you needed another arm, or a heart, or a lung. Where have you been this whole time? In a coma. Until I woke up 6 months ago. While you were in a jail cell on Earth, I was learning to be human. Amazing what a person can do with enough neural implants.
So obviously, Shepard clone voiced by Jennifer Hale. For female Shepards, if you're playing a male Shepard, then the male clone is voiced by Mark Meir.
If you're really me, then we're on the same team. We're not even in the same league. Did the elusive man send you? No. He abandoned me when he had what he wanted. You.
So what's
What
your
a jerk.
point in trying to kill us?
Because I don't have her memories. I'd never fool my supposed friends. The ones who abandoned their duty to join the cult of Shepard. Like you, Major Alenko. I would have picked the other one on Vermeer. Ashley something.
You're just a pale imitation of the real thing.
I'm the real thing. Perfected. I'm you without the wear and tear, Shepard. The doubts, the failures. I'm the lone wolf you were always meant to be. Without the emotional baggage holding me back.
No one will ever believe you're Shepard.
They will when I'm flying her ship. This is Shepard. Initiate Normandy lockdown. Transmitting command codes now.
Bad idea.
Good idea. Too bad the signal was blocked. Trainer, this is Shepard. Prep the Normandy for emergency departure. We're leaving. I'm sending the command codes now.
Acknowledged. We'll get underway.
Yep. Shepard just got completely bamboozled. So whoever you have with you as a squad mate, the clone will mock one of your two squad mates, who will always respond, and you're just a pale imitation of the real thing.
It'll be a cold day in hell before someone steals my ship.
I did
No
it.
stealing if I'm you. Execute them. The cult of Shepard ends today.
If you don't do it, one of your squad mates will.
We still got everyone?
On the balcony. I'm okay too.
Where's everyone else?
With a sniper rifle doesn't get any better than this. These primitives will make good sport.
Terminating hostile. We go down, at least we go down together.
Big happy ass kicking win. Ooh, you see that shot?
Where do you think you're
That's
going,
how
Richard?
legends do it.
If I wasn't covering my eyes, I'd be impressed.
All right, Uncle Ernod is back in town, and he brought the booze.
Is it a catchphrase or something, Rex?
Thought I'd try it out. You mess with me.
Try again.
Break your squad. Orders are to kill the other Shepard's crew. No messing around this time. They've got a Krogan. Why don't we have a Krogan?
Good question.
That's all of them. Now where'd the other you go?
She's pushing into the archives. Stay in your groups. Team Mako, you're on point.
Right. What's a Mako? Something we could use right about now.
Team Hammerhead, cover the flank.
Got it. And the Mako's got nothing on the Hammerhead.
Yeah, I do really like, Rex's new catchphrase that he's trying out. Uncle Ernod's got a present for you! Obviously there's gonna be more stuff to pick up. Damned if I remember where any of it is, of course. Yeah, basically all the enemies that we fight here have shields, which obviously block biotics to a certain extent. And so armor-piercing ammo is pretty much the worst bonus power I could have for this. I really should have thought to change it before I started doing this whole thing. But oh well.
Welcome to the Citadel Archives. All visitors must obtain council permission to enter. Access
I don't think I really need that for now.
Big place.
Shepard, what do you think your clone is looking for in here?
At this point, anything's possible.
You mean like finding out you have a clone?
I don't want to talk about it.
At least not till we've all had a stiff drink.
Yep. Yeah, I like that you can see the other teams moving around in here.
How are we gonna find anything in this place?
Glyph,
Yes, Commander.
track the target. Give me updates on its location.
What is the nature of the target?
She looks like me.
Then I have found the target.
No, Glyph, it's another me. Now get going.
At once, Commander.
So it looks like Javik, Edie, Liara, and I think that's probably... It looks like James to me. So that would be Team Hammerhead. Or Team Mako, I mean. Tally, Garrus, Brooks, and... Oh no, I think that's James. And that's Cortez. Yep, that's Cortez. Keep moving, guys. Jeez, this is a big place. There's a lot of these storage tubes.
There they are! The other Shepard's still alive!
Take her down! I need more time to find the vault! Shepard, step onto that platform, and we can lower you from here.
Andy, thanks. Thanks, guys.
Now, if you get into the vault, we can move you across.
And there's...
Access controls T91.
Check it out. It says this gun was part of the First Contact War. Year 2157.
Back when humans and turns... There he is. So this gun. This
Commander,
is...
the other you is searching for something 200 meters ahead.
Got it.
Fighting your own clone? Yeah, won't find that in the Spectre handbook.
But useful. If there is a task you don't wish to do, Commander, let them handle it.
So, like a personal butler?
I don't want to talk about it.
Right. So let your clone do it.
M7 Lancer. This is maybe the best assault rifle in the game. Where is it? So the weight is not too bad. Damage, pretty solid. And this is just level 1. Like, this is just level 1. And already, you know, weight is low. Damage is decent, unmodded. I am taking this, for sure. Okay, can't mod it yet. So I'll leave him with the Vindicator for now. Oh. The M7 Lancer is a rare collector's item that was introduced shortly after the First Contact War. The Lancer has been refurbished by an unknown master weaponsmith and it now uses the higher velocity rounds of today's weaponry. It does not need heat sinks, instead utilizing weapon heat generation from an earlier era. Few of these finely crafted weapons are in existence. This is an infinite ammo gun. Hey. What? How did it... What? How did it just get mods? Not complaining. So, yeah. So yeah, good damage, and you don't have to worry about ammo ever again. So this is, like I said, best assault rifle in the game. Once I'm able to start modding it and leveling it up, like once I'm done with this mission, this is honestly another reason why it's not a bad idea to do Citadel relatively early, just so that you can get this gun. There's Team Mako. There's Team Hammerhead. Up there somewhere, I would guess.
Here, Shepard. Inside. Dagger squad, I need more time to reach the vault. Keep Shepard off my back, or I'll have your head.
Shepard sounds like a
Uncle
real asshole.
Erdogan has a present
I'd
for
quit
you.
if she was my commander.
That had to hurt.
The one difficult thing about this particular gun is that I keep forgetting that I no longer have to
Maybe we can get around them on the tubes.
Team Mako moving ahead. Catch you on the other side.
Yeah, I kind of keep forgetting that I no longer have to reload. So just like by default, I'll fire a few shots and then hit the reload button.
Shepard, they've got us pinned down. We could use some help.
Yeah, whoever's... You'll always get someone...
We need...
That's why I love hanging out with you guys. Why shoot something once when you can shoot it 46 more times?
The
Love that line.
other me can't be far. Keep up the pressure and we'll try to surround her. Let's move.
Okay, so, on the ladder. Someone will always make some comment on the ladder. Complaining about being shot while on the ladder. Some of them will complain about it being rude. Like, hey, no fair, I'm climbing. Something like that. And it won't always be Rex who gives a line. I think everybody has some sort of line for that shootout there. Garrus says, and that's the moment the galaxy ran out of ammunition. So yeah, everybody has some sort of snarky comment. Okay, I don't think there's subtitles for some of these. I might be wrong.
Year 2157 CE.
Yeah.
First contact war. Turian interrogation. Vault T91.
Sir, we captured this human in the occupation of Shang-Chi.
A human? You're the first I've met.
And you're the first bird I've met.
He was armed with this weapon, sir.
How primitive. Your kind expects to win a war with this.
A bullet is a bullet.
You have so much to learn. And when we conquer your Earth, I look forward to teaching you.
Boo. Jerk. So yeah, there'll be a few of those.
Attention all personnel. Emergency lockdown initiated.
Think about all the history stored in this place. Must stretch back thousands of years.
I just wonder what the other me is looking for in here.
Nearest emergency exit. During emergencies,
Okay.
all archival information must be secured.
Nice.
Year 700 CE. Krogan rebellions attack on Council, Vault K306. This is the only visual record of Krogan Overlord Krennic's attack on the Council. Audio follows.
I've heard enough. If the Krogan hadn't taken on the Rachni, you would all be at their mercy. You won't give us what we deserve, and so you force us to take it. We will never leave the planet of Lucia, no matter how much the Asari cry.
Ambassador Krennic, you only weaken your case with this show of violence.
Wrong, Solarian. Now our case is finally strong. Negotiations are over.
Friendly fella.
Malfunction detected. Please contact me.
Drones coming!
Do not engage intruders. Please wait for security. Malfunction detected. Please contact maintenance. Malfunction detected. Malfunction detected.
So yeah, that guy doesn't really...
This is Hammerhead. Enemy contact ahead, Shepard. We'll draw their fire.
Behind us, too! Krogan, kill shot! Someone can try!
Honestly, I'm just gonna let my squad mates handle it. Maybe not. I thought they'd have more lines. Okay, I don't know what happened to that guy. He just got yanked to the side.
This is almost unfair. If we give them a chance, speak for yourself, please. I'm not even a field agent. Just follow Shepard's lead. Let the rest of us do that. I think we got them all. Or, I mean, the rest of you did.
Or the Krogan did.
Hammerhead and Mako, keep pushing ahead.
On it.
She got cut off there, but Liara's line was follow Shepard's lead and let the rest of us handle it.
Year 1896 CE. Removal of illegal AIs. Vault C940.
These are the last of the AIs on the Citadel.
This termination action is unlawful. Why do you continue when our appeal has not yet been heard?
Keep quiet. You know that the Council will never overturn its own edict.
Standing by for your go, sir.
Do not terminate us.
Go.
Poor guys. I honestly can't remember if there's even anything around here. You would think there'd be something to pick up. So as with the other infinite ammo guns, once you run out of ammo, they'll just fairly long cooldown. There is nothing in here. Here, there's less to pick up than I figured there would be. Where was the door? Did I run past the door?
Year 1896 CE. Removal of illegal AIs.
Oh, there's the door, right. Over here.
Attention all personnel. Emergency lockdown initiated. Intruders have been detected. Please locate the nearest emergency exit.
Hands up!
Yeah, it's kind of fun to just let Rex run wild, honestly. Because he will just, like, run up and
Malfunction detected.
hit enemies.
Please contact maintenance.
Well, that's a shame.
Malfunction detected. Please contact maintenance. Year 2183 CE. Battle of the Citadel. Geth Dreadnought attack. Vault X5.
In the opening minutes of the attack, you'll see that Zakera Ward is almost completely destroyed.
Interrupting. Spectre status recognized. Commander Shepard. Also, Spectre Alenko. The following information is classified.
The unknown aggressor is suspected to be a Reaper aided in its attack on the Citadel by rogue Spectre Saren. The Reaper Sovereign is destroyed by the Fifth Fleet.
You mess with Shepard, you mess with me! Starting to think we picked the wrong cover!
Attention, all mercenary wannabes. Say please, and we'll accept your surrender.
Say
Uncle
pretty
Earnhardt
please,
has
and
a
maybe
present
Rex will
for
take
you.
a break.
Try it, and we'll see.
The Prothean, on the other hand, makes no such promises.
Attention, enemy drones. Please cease hostile actions. I believe we could benefit from a mutual exchange of data. Additionally, the term floating butler does not encompass all of my primary functions.
There's a couple of combat lines that I don't think we've heard yet.
That had to hurt.
Commander, I have cataloged 18 previously unknown historical events.
Ooh,
Where's
thanks.
the target glyph?
She is searching for a secret vault. She did not wish to be disturbed.
What?
I thought she was you.
Go find her again.
Stupid machine.
Here we go, some money to steal. Why is there so much ammo just laying around in the vault? Okay, nothing for that one. I think there's some... I've missed some of the funny dialogue, squad mate dialogue, just from playing on too high a difficulty. Or too low a difficulty, I mean. Enemies are dying too fast, so I'm missing out on some funny dialogue. Team Hammerhead and Team Mako, trading quips about how many each is killed, with Team Prothean having killed more than all of them. We may still get that one. Haven't gotten a reprise of Rex's Uncle Erdnot line.
Up on the walkway!
Team Mako here. I'm in our sights. Team Hammerhead here, providing moral support.
800-pound Krogan here, providing boom.
Alright. So you actually can just run right past it. You don't actually have to fight the fight this thing.
This is heavy one.
Put her in the ground.
Oh, the mech wants to play? So does Uncle Erdnot. You're welcome. Now who may know?
Thanks, guys. Good luck.
Love watching those things explode.
Indeed. Nothing quite like a nice big boom. I think there's... I'm trying to remember if there's any more like memories that we get to see. Or like videos that we get to see.
Commander, a large contingent of soldiers calling themselves Razor Squad is just ahead. They wish to inflict bodily harm on you. Also, I discovered an Elcor mating totem in Vault 347B. Fascinating.
Thank you. Actually, that is pretty interesting.
Krogan, kill shot!
Team Mako here, showing Team Hammerhead how it's done. Hammerhead here, showing? Alright, Mako here. If we were, we wouldn't be hitting anything. This is Team Prothean. I have a higher body count than all of you combined.
There it is.
After 7 years of service, a sabbatical to the planet of your choice will be arranged. I will be happy to discuss it.
Where do you think you're going, Princess?
Oh! Tell them they burnt the pepperoni.
Attention, your life expectancy is now 15 seconds and dropping.
That had to hurt!
12. Commander Shepard, please.
Looks like we're clear.
Looks like I saved everyone's ass again.
Hammerhead and Mako, keep pushing ahead.
Right! I might throw up a little bit now, if that's okay with everyone.
Yeah, I decided to just let everyone else have some fun. Took a few shots here and there, but mostly just letting them have fun. Just because there's a lot of really funny banter. So you can see why this is one that a lot of people will save for after beating the game. You know, it's just a lot of fun. It's a silly mission, one that doesn't fit the tone of the rest of the game in the slightest. It is completely divorced.
The other you wishes to pass on a message.
Shepard, save yourself the trouble. Once I have what I came here for, you won't matter anymore. Now go, drone. Deliver it.
Thanks, Cliff. Yeah, what was it? Yeah. So it's such a totally different tone from the rest of the game that, and it's just a celebration.
Year 710 CE, Krogan Genophage. Deployment, Vault T-101.
We have our orders. Release of the genophage against the Krogan has been authorized. Not by my government. Your government invented it. What good is a weapon if you don't use it? Sergeant Tavis, restrain him.
Are we sure of our orders, sir? This is genocide.
Sergeant Hout, restrain them both. I'll press the button myself. One day, Solarian, you will thank us.
Dispersal commencing.
Yep, the Solarians did eventually thank the Turians.
Attention all personnel. Emergency lockdown initiated. Please locate the nearest emergency exit.
Next person who says that is fired.
All archival information must be secured. Do not engage intruders.
And over here, that was the station. Got everything over here.
Year 693 CE, First Spectre. Below Gear J recruitment, Vault S1.
Below Gear J, you are accused of using 30 civilians as bait to flush out and assassinate your target.
I knew they'd survive. Probably.
You're being released. The Council wants you to implement a new special tactics and reconnaissance group.
Desk job? No, thank you.
This is no desk job. Spectres will be the best of the best. They will operate with impunity and answer only to the Council. You will be the first.
Now that sounds like the best job offer in the galaxy. Count me in.
It appears the other commander has a bad temper. Collateral damage does not concern her.
For a second there, it looked like Caden was just sort of leaning against the barrier there.
A pity these scientists perished. I would like to have discussed the Elcor mating totem with them.
During emergencies, all archival information must be secured.
Year, unknown. Origin, Earth. Early religious artifact, Vault E28.
So the religious artifact. That may look familiar to some people. That is the Ark of the Covenant from Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. So, yep. As just a fun little Easter egg for people. I'm not sure if E28 is a reference to anything related to the movie, but that's what the artifact itself is very clearly supposed to be modeled after. So, very fun little Easter egg. Also, I didn't find it, but apparently there is actually a birthday present, like a gift wrap present somewhere in this level, hidden behind something.
Team Hammerhead, we're headed to the next level. What's your location? Hammerhead, do you copy?
That's bad.
There's Team Mako.
We'll try to clear a path, Commander. Hammerhead's gone ahead.
Now who's the dead?
Been trying to shoot through the was trying to shoot through the eye port.
We see the clone, Shepard. Mako going in.
Oh my god! The body just flying!
mess with me!
That did it!
Figured I may as well help it a little. Yeah, I love seeing that. I love seeing that body just go flying from Garrett, from Rex. Love Rex. I wish that we got more of Rex in this game.
First Citadel landing. Discovery logs. Vault A5.
I wish we'd gotten to
Approach
bring him
the
on more
mysterious
missions.
space station has been uneventful. Pray goddess it remains so. We humbly take this step for all Asari. The destiny of our people forever altered. These creatures that greet us seem harmless but unable to communicate. Preliminary observations suggest that their role seems to be that of some sort of guardian. We will begin our exploration.
Alright. Interesting stuff. That feels like it could honestly make for a pretty damn good storyline, honestly.
During emergencies, all archival information must be secured.
Like, just saying,
Team
it'd be...
Mako, we're coming up behind. What's your status? We're under! Mako, where are you?
Please wait for security personnel to arrive.
Year 2183 CE. First human Spectre deliberations. Vault SH1.
Commander Shepard's recent accomplishments are not in question. It's her background that the Council has no knowledge of.
Shepard was born on Mindwar. At 16, she survived a slavery attack that killed almost everyone in the colony, including her family. She enlisted with the Alliance a few years later.
Anything from Shepard's military record that you'd like to call out?
Early in her career, Shepard alone survived a Thresher Maw attack that took down her entire unit. That's the kind of strength, the kind of grit she has.
Thank you for your presentation, and to all who spoke. The Council will render their decision on the suitability of Commander Shepard as Spectre within the day.
Huh? Those supposed to be... I suppose that's probably supposed to be, Mindwar. Probably supposed to be the colonists from Mindwar. Interesting
Commander,
stuff.
QOP.
What's your status?
The other U is jamming our radios. Hammerhead and Mako are trying to get ahead and cut her off. But I've been hit and need help. Please, hurry.
She'll be fine. She'll be fine for as long as it takes me to take one last look around the place. So, yeah, I really like the Citadel Archives level. It's interesting stuff. I'm just realizing both of these people have barrier. I'm with two barriered people. I'm the only one who doesn't have barrier. That's funny.
Biometric identification required. Spectre access is authorized.
Whoops.
This can't be good.
Brooks, the vault sealed us in.
Is there an override?
Not seeing one.
Not on this side.
Brooks, do you read me? Is anyone on this frequency? The short answer is no. They're not. The longer answer involves your friends trapped in iridium vaults and forgotten for, well, forever.
Jerk.
Others know about this. About you. The Alliance will stop you. What do you think, Staff Analyst Brooks? Will the Alliance stop us? I wouldn't know. I don't actually work for them.
Ooh. Well, there's a twist. Yeah. She is a traitor. She tricked me the whole time. And if you are attentive enough, you may have noticed that her accent occasionally slipped up. Just once in a while, you started to get just a little bit of an English accent to her.
Who the hell are you? And do you really think I won't track you down? My name doesn't matter. I never keep the same one for more than a few days. And if the elusive man hasn't found me yet, you never will. You're Cerberus? Was. Mr. Elusive and I didn't see eye to eye. He's a ruthless madman, whereas I'm just ruthless. Why not come to me? We could have worked together. In a way, we did. I'm the one who put together all those dossiers on your suicide mission. The Collector base? There was the Solarian Doctor, the Asari Justicar, the Drell. They were all mistakes. We were a pro-human group who started looking to aliens for help. So I bided my time. And when I found another you who agreed, I woke her up.
Interesting stuff. Now is as good a time as any to mention that Maya Brooks was part of a comic book. She did feature in a comic book showing her assembling that dossier, as I recall. I think she might have gotten a few issues detailing her early life and how she ended up with Cerberus.
What was the point of it all? All we really wanted was your Spectre code.
I got Shepard. Spectre access accepted.
But then you survived the hit and insisted on bringing your damned Asari into it. So I had to tie up loose ends. The arms dealer. Elijah, it's me. We need to talk.
What the hell's going on? I swear if those guns get tracked back to me...
They won't. But then your sex bot just had to go and recover the data. So here we are. Forced to contain the situation.
I like the two options here.
Fair warning, nobody who's betrayed us has ever survived.
And yet they keep trying.
You two may think you're clever. And yeah, you were. Just a bit. But clever doesn't beat a bullet. And yeah, maybe I am trapped in here, but don't get comfortable. Because that bullseye on your back is getting bigger by the second. That sounds very dramatic. And if someone like, say, Commander Shepard made the threat, I'd be worried. But you're not Shepard. Not anymore. You had Miranda, I have her. Mine has more bite. It was fun while it lasted. What are you doing? Setting things right. Remember this?
You were the first human Spectre, Commander. This is a great accomplishment for you and your entire species.
Except somewhere along the way you forgot about your entire species. You've saved more alien lives than you have human. I don't care what species they are. Every life counts. But maybe a clone wouldn't understand that. You know, the one thing they can't duplicate? Our handprint. Life gives it its shape, not DNA. Which is a problem.
Computer, update council records. Subject, Shepard, human Spectre.
Accessing record. Please input new data. Biometric identifier updated. Good day, Commander Shepard.
Now, if you'll excuse me, the Normandy needs its captain. So, I should go.
Oh!
Farewell, Commander. I guess this is where legends go to die.
She said the thing! That jerk said my thing!
Refresh my memory. Didn't we used to win these things back in the old days?
She said I should go. Do I sound like that?
As long as I've known you, yeah.
And now maybe let's turn our attention to the impregnable vault that we've just been sealed in forever.
How come nobody told me about this before? I'm open to feedback here.
Well, I thought all humans said it, like some weird Earth custom or something.
I'm gonna guess we've got an hour of air in here, tops.
Maybe it's... I should go. I should go. I should go.
Shepard, hey, why aren't you more worried about this?
Oh, Glyph, you still out there?
Yes, Commander.
Unlock this damn thing and go find the others. No one steals my ship. Not even me.
I stole it before. Yeah. I should go. Mocking Shepard's catchphrase.
I've got room for Shepard +2, and figured out fast because the other Shepard is stealing my ship.
Let's see, who to bring. Gotta be Rex. Gotta bring Rex. Rex gets a really cute interaction with Tally if you bring Tally along. I'm gonna bring Edie because of a very specific moment that occurs. I'll mention now, of the people you don't bring, the person you've used most and the person you've used least will get lines here.
What?
Oh, I was hoping to go.
I hear ya. Never seem to get picked.
Joker will come back for you, I promise.
That's so cute. Yeah, so your most used character, in my case, apparently is Garrus, and Kaden seems to be my least used character. Interesting. Okay. Radius. This is basically the last time I'll get to use him. So. Yeah, been a bit since I used her, looks like. Loading decoy sounds useful. And let's go with weapon damage for now. I can always change it up more later. Been a while, I think, since I've had all points spent for everybody that I have with me.
This is why I hate shore leave. I swear you parked the ship for 5 minutes.
Can you contact Citadel Flight Control and get them to deny the departure request?
Tried. All the comm lines in the area are jammed. Probably to make it easier for them to steal my ship.
We'll stop them.
Shepard, your clone has entered the ship.
This is why I bring Tally, or Edie.
She's supposed to do that?
I'm okay.
Really?
The clone has disabled my control of the Normandy, as well as all sensory input. I cannot lock her out or counteract her commands.
That's really the reason I bring Edie along for that, or the reason I brought her along for this part. Just for that moment, just because that is hilarious.
Don't worry, Edie. We'll get you back.
Thank you.
Well, whatever you do, hurry. If the Normandy gets to FTL, we may never see her again.
It's not gonna happen.
Okay, Citadel systems are targeting the car. Any closer and they open fire.
Get back and pick up the others ASAP.
Right, they can't have gotten far. Unless they called a cab or something.
Good. I needed to kill something.
Didn't actually mean to do that. Interesting that there's just no oh jeez. I'm joining in the fun, Rex. Joining in the beat people to death fun.
The Normandy's engines are coming online. They are preparing to depart.
There's a half-hour pre-flight checks. They just gun the engine and go?
Most of those checks are actually unnecessary.
Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, that probably would have been useful to know. Alright. And now for one of the another absolutely amazing moment. Okay. Now, one of the most bizarre moments of the game.
And I don't even... Wait. What? You were just on the Normandy. You fired me. Dishonorable discharge for conduct unbecoming. You kicked me off the ship with barely enough time to grab my toothbrush.
If you romanced her, then you get a Paragon interrupt where you just kiss her.
That's a Cision Pro Mark IV. It uses mass effect fields to break up plaque and massage the gums.
Yes, I told you that.
And I remember because I'm the real Shepard.
And someone just threw me off the ship. If it wasn't you...
Shepard's got a clone. Makes sense when you think about it.
No, it doesn't.
I can explain more later. For now... It's sealed.
Engines are online. They are preparing to take off.
Is there anyone still aboard who can help us?
No, I was only there because I helped with the Normandy retrofits back on Earth. Everyone else is on shore leave.
Okay, you know this ship inside and out. Can you get me inside?
There's an emergency exit hatch for evacuations. It should be right here.
Manual lock, and it's only meant to be opened from the other side. Any ideas?
Triggering it would require extremely precise Mass Effect field manipulation.
Yep.
If you told me this morning that a toothbrush was going to save the Normandy, I'd have been very skeptical.
Yep. If you have a biotic squad mate with you, then they mention that they don't have the skill to do the what's it?
Ma'am, just before takeoff, Normandy registered a perimeter access alert. One of the security hatches.
Her. Where?
Unknown. When we shut down the AI, we disabled a lot of security systems. Shepard could be anywhere on the ship.
Shepard is standing right in front of you. Are we clear? It's better this way. Wouldn't you rather take her down yourself? Armory, find her! Slow her down. Pretty sure we broke Trainer's toothbrush getting the hatch open. Remind me to reimburse her for that. Shepard? Later. Remind me later.
Little cramped in here.
Quiet. Can't risk them hearing us up top.
Yeah. Get off my tail.
Alright, get a patrol going. Find Shepard. The real one. Hey, what you mean by slow her down? We're allowed to kill Shepard if we have to, right? She said slow her down because she thinks we're cannon fodder. Oh, well, shit.
Indeed. If you open fire or use powers before getting the hatch open, then they will be ready for you.
Watch out.
I always wanted to do this.
You always wanted to have a firefight on the CIC of my ship?
And it isn't even my birthday.
Oh, that reminds me. I was gonna bring Garrus along because he gets a. I totally forgot. I wanted to bring Garrus because he actually has a line about fighting here. He calls it one of the best places to fight. Listed as being up there.
Strange moving through the Normandy without sensory access or control. I feel blind.
That must be strange. Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Let's get to the cargo bay.
Give me a second to refresh myself on his exact line. But yeah, if you bring Garrus, then he'll have a throwback to the bit about hospitals being no fun to fight through. Give me 1 second to get the... Where was it? Come on. Sorry, just give me 1 more second here. Here we go. Yeah. He'll say it's one of my favorite places to fight. Shepard asks confirm, and he'll say, right there above the garden shops, or right there above the gardens and below the electronics shops. If you got that dialogue option in the previous game, in Mass Effect 2, then Shepard will ship back, and antique shops, as I recall, with Garrus saying, but only if they're classy. Two, all Cat 6 long-range specialists, LRS mailing list. Subject, primary weapon flexible accounts. All right, snipers, management heard LRS Bell's complaints about having to go with a standardized loadout instead of customizing your gear. So here's the deal. You can either take a standardized loadout or apply for a flex account that gives you an annual stipend to apply toward new weapons, upgrades, and maintenance. Your call, but anyone who goes crazy with mods and blows their own foot off with high explosive ammo is SOL, like LRS Bell. Credits in your flex account expire at the end of the year. Fiscal, not calendar. Also, as LRS Bell is no longer fit for service, we'll be passing the hat for anybody who wants to chip in for a you shot your foot off card, so we can send Susan off to retirement with a smile. Love it. Sorry, smoke. Campbell's favorite mug. I'm not going to take her mug. It gets you 1 point, or it gets you 1 credit. So I'm not going to take it. Because that's just mean. It's her mug. I'm not going to steal her mug. Alright. So before I do the elevator, there's going to be a conversation in the elevator. If you have Garrus along, then he once again expresses that he misses the elevator rides. Sort of rhetorically asks if anyone else misses the elevator rides. If you have Tali along, Tali and Rex, Rex will ask Tali if she's been practicing the shotgun fast reloading technique he taught her, and then say that he's old and still worried, even though his favorite Quarian is all grown up. And then Tali will call Rex the crazy headbutting uncle she never had. If you have Liara along as the second squad mate, Rex will be surprised at Liara being ready for the fight, and says that she's grown up. Liara will mention that she is 1/4 Krogan, and Rex will say that he knew there was a reason he liked her. Anyway, Hey, all my stuff! And
Please send this to an animal shelter for proper disposal, as a warship is not an appropriate... Oh, that is not okay. She messed with my hamster, guys. Now it's personal. Guys, were you gonna say something, or... No, I get it. Hard to even find the words. Should we check on my fish? Because if she's getting rid of all the pets... We should probably deal with her first, huh? Alright. Sit tight, little guy. Anybody gives you trouble, go for the eyes.
a little bit of a, that is, once again, a Baldur's Gate reference.
Alright. Sit tight, little guy. Anybody gives you trouble, go for the eyes.
Not sure what the Rex Edie conversation will be. I can guess.
These people are showing disrespect to my home, my body. It is unacceptable.
I can imagine.
I intend to kill Shepard's clone, Agent Brooks, and anyone else in my way.
You're okay, Edie.
Should have mentioned this as well. Back in the archives, when you first get captured, or when you get captured by the clone and Brooks, if you take a renegade interrupt, you will threaten to throw them at the airlock, which, and if Javik is with you, then when you threaten to throw the clone and Brooks at the window, or at the airlock, Javik will say, "Finally!" I got red stripes on mine, so she's got blue stripes.
Well, that's creepy. You want to stop shooting up my ship? It's not your ship. It will be. I've taken your name, your Spectre rank, even your fingerprints. And then you left me to die. Only I didn't. You think fake fingerprints are gonna fool the Council, or Hackett? How's that big plan looking now?
If you're any other class, or for most classes, it'll be a Omniblade on Omniblade. Oh shit. I kind of forgot that I can...
Negative. I'm occupied in the shuttle bay.
Roger that, Commander. We'll proceed with Plan B. Plan B? The hell is Plan B? Right, Lola, you copy?
Lola here. You cut through the jamming?
I wasn't going to let you down.
Jeez.
Moving in, Commander.
Yeah, this is kind of a tougher fight.
What the hell's going on up there? Get us out of the nebula and jump to FTL.
We can't. A sky car keeps blocking our path.
Then
Hey!
Need to stay within 30 degrees of the nose to block course plotting.
That makes us a perfect target.
No, that makes us the bait. Do you want me to drive?
No.
Damn it. Launch the shuttle and blow that thing out of the sky!
I hate that she gets shields. Like she's a biotic.
I am Commander Shepard! Are you kidding me? Conrad Burt is better at being me than you are!
That all you got? The real Shepard helped a lot harder.
Yeah, obviously she gets the same powers that you do. Again, the music doesn't really sell this scene well enough, I don't think.
What makes you so damn special? Why you and not me?
Hang on.
We have you.
And that's what it is.
Thanks.
What about this pie jam?
Here, take my hand. And then you live. Or what?
Ooh! Yeah. Suppose Galaxy's not big enough for two Shepards. Not ready for that kind of thing. That kind of
Fortunately, they weren't here long
explosions.
enough to do much real damage. Although I may need some help from James cleaning up the damage to the shuttle bay.
Plus, they overloaded the heat diffusion system firing at us. Not sure if you noticed, but Shuttle Guy here did some crazy stunt flying to keep us in one piece.
It's nice to fly something a little more maneuverable than the Kodiak.
A car?
How about you, Edie?
I am once again in control of the Normandy.
Ah, the visor's
Thank
back.
you for asking.
Glad to
That
hear
poor
it.
guy.
What about the mercs? Any survivors?
Just one crappy-ass pilot and her. Alliance has taken her to a high-security facility. Maybe she can give him some dirt on Cerberus.
I'll be more than happy to cooperate with the authorities. Maya. I know that voice. Do you really? You're getting a chance to redeem yourself. Don't waste it.
Yeah, she's ready to waste it.
Serious. Admitted. Some part of you liked having me around. Looking up to the legend. We had some laughs. And who knows? Maybe we'll have more some... No, we won't. Because you're gonna stay in your cell and do your time. Afraid I'll escape. Come back for revenge. Is the great Commander Shepard pleading for her life? I'm pleading for yours. So thoughtful. Then I suppose I'm off to lock up.
If you don't take the...
She wouldn't have let me live.
One more difference.
Can't clone everything.
If you don't take the Paragon Interrupt, then she breaks her handcuffs, tries to run away, and one of your squad mates
In the old
shoots her.
days, we've just shot her. Good times.
The rest of the squad's waiting outside. We'll have the Normandy back in shape in no time.
Hell yeah. Another reason this is good
Appreciate it.
to do as a post-game.
Shore leave always like this?
Come on. Maybe we can take some actual time off. No explosions or anything. Just us.
Unfortunately, I won't be doing that.
But just us sounds perfect.
Sadly, I will not be taking time off. Yeah. So good. Love that scene.
So, after a hard day spent fighting an evil clone, you know what comes next.
Sleep?
A nap?
Huh?
Please. We party down.
Well, I gotta get going. Things to settle up before I head back to Tuchanka. Always fires to put out when you're in charge, right? Let me know if you want to hang out or if you're having that party.
See ya.
Party, huh?
Well, no pressure. No one's gonna make you throw a party.
I mean, you're making me throw the party. Yeah, I love that little scene coming off the Normandy. Reuniting with your team. And again, yeah, like, that's really what the Citadel DLC is. It's just a love letter to Shepard and her team. Showing why she is who she is.
All right. Good idea. Let's set it up.
I've channeled discretionary funds into your account for the purchase of any celebratory supplies, Commander.
Okay, Edie and Cortez and Trainer are in. What?
I have also informed Dr. Tassoni about any potential upcoming celebrations.
Wait, I am in charge of the guest list.
Yeah, so there's no uninvite button on this thing?
All right, but when it's time, I invite the rest.
Cortez just invited James. So
that's the minimum.
Fine.
I'm gonna go out and see how much trouble I can get into without snapping a femur.
Members of your crew have expressed interest in spending time with you, Commander. You can check your private terminal for messages. If you require activities, Silver Sun Strip has an arcade in addition to the casino. You have also been granted a complimentary pass to the combat simulator.
Thanks, Cliff. Guess I should take advantage of some shore leave myself.
I am not going to. So yeah, so those characters are required. Basically, all the characters that you have no real choice but to have with you in this game. So yeah, Edie, James, and Liara, you will have those three, no matter what. Those three squad mates are absolutely going to be in your squad. Everyone else is optional, because everyone else can die. Caden, Garrus, and Tally obviously can all die in 1 or 2. And Tally can die in 3 as well. And Javik, you don't necessarily have to pick up. So, Edie, Liara, James, Joker, Trainer, and Cortez will always be at your party. Beyond that, who's at your party will depend on who's alive. All of your Mass Effect 2 squad mates can be invited. Except, of course, for Legion and Thane and Morden, who are all going to be dead by the point that you can throw the party. Can't do the party yet, because I don't have access to Miranda. I won't be able to invite Miranda yet. So I'll be holding off on the party for just a bit longer. So, as Glyph noted, You can invite people to hang out with you from the terminal in here. You'll find emails from people, and you can invite them to hang out. Yeah, you can buy or win. I don't know. Yeah, you can buy or win additional decorations. There are games you can play where you can win additional decorations for your apartment. As Glyph noted, there are things to do out here. There's the Armax Arena right down there. That is a combat simulator. But unlike Pinnacle Station from Mass Effect 1, the Armax Arena is actually fun. Because the combat in this game is pretty fun. So the Armax Arena is a good time. There is the Silver Coast Casino, where you can do some gambling. And I don't think I can see it from the window, but Glyph did mention an arcade. It has a few games in it. And all these places are, spots to hang out with people as well. Yeah, I can't see the arcade. And there's also a whole lot of people that you can eavesdrop on.
We're happy to fulfill all your household needs.
Okay.
For a full list of quality products, please browse our catalog.
That said, I'm going to hold off on all of the other Citadel stuff. Like all the hangouts, all the party, all the fun
If you're
stuff.
searching for ideas, take a look at some of the products we have on display. You never know what will inspire you.
I will save all of that for right before the end game.
Thank you for visiting.
For right now, I'm going to head back to the Normandy. Another thing, there's a lot. Yeah, there's Castle Arcade. There's a lot of amusing conversations you can eavesdrop on. Some of them related to, some of them are just callbacks to earlier games. A lot of the conversations you can eavesdrop on are actually related to the multiplayer. Alright, back to the Normandy. I'm not actually going to do the...
There's a new message at your private terminal.
Believe it or not, I'm not actually going to do any missions needing the Normandy yet.
Commander?
Yeah, there's nobody who's going to have anything new to say. Alright, let's go through the emails. Some of them are going to be invites to hang out on the Citadel. So those will obviously be another time. Crucible update from Bryn Cole. Dear Commander Shepard, thank you again for all you did to get our group out of that facility on Jelix. Admiral Hackett is an amazing man, and it's a privilege to work under him. The construction at the Crucible is presenting its challenges, but my team and I are determined to crack its mysteries. Although I never rely on luck, in this instance, I fear we may need a little. Stay safe, Commander. I hope our paths cross again. Jacob. Hey, Shepard. This Crucible project is intense. Britt and the others are on it around the clock. Pretty soon I'll have to make a run to the Citadel to pick up some equipment at the hospital. If you've got time, want to meet me there? things were so crazy on Jelix, it'd be good to see you in a quieter place, you know? Oh, that's going to be from, earlier. Shepard, I thought it might be nice to spend some time away from the Normandy. I don't have anything particular in mind. Perhaps we can meet at your apartment and decide from there. Hey, next time you're in that sweet new apartment with time to kill, give me a call. Got something I'd like to show you. That has one of the best moments. Yeah, that meeting has one of the best scenes in the game. Shepard, as part of my education, I think it would be appropriate if you and I participated in rituals found in all human cultures. Reply, and we can meet at the new apartment. Commander, if you'd like to meet up for lunch, I'll be in the Citadel arcade area. Hopefully see you there. Drinks. When you have a free moment, I thought we'd check out the bar scene around here. Let's meet at the Silver Coast Casino, upper floor. Hopefully no dead arms dealers this time. Commander, I have received an interesting proposal that I wish to discuss with you. Meet me outside the casino at the far end of what these primitives call the Silver Sun Strip, although it isn't made of silver, or near a sun. Stupid primitives. From your friends at Armax Arsenal Arena, dear Commander Shepard, we here at Armax Arsenal are huge fans of yours, and we can't tell you how much we value your efforts in the fight against the Reapers. In an effort to raise both awareness and morale here in the Citadel, we've recently reskinned the holographic enemies in our simulator to look like Cerberus troops. We got a big surge of viewer interest when we added Geth enemies a few years back after their attack on the Citadel, and we're adding Reaper forces as well. We understand how busy you are, but if you ever feel like unwinding on shore leave and giving our viewers a taste of what a real military veteran can do, we would love to have you come compete. You've got a complimentary pass waiting for you whenever you're interested. Thanks again, your friends at Armax Arsenal. The Arsenal is one of the only ways you're guaranteed to make money. You can make money at the Armax Arsenal Arena. It's a bit time-consuming, but you can get basically unlimited credits there, just competing in matches. The drinks keep coming. You are the best commander ever. Also, I am a little drunk right now. Ready to get back to the action, but it was nice to take a moment on the Citadel. Thanks, grumpy Turians and all. Ooh, there we go. So
Jelix, the second to chunk.
I want to see if Omega's listed in here, because that's what I'm going to do next. Figure this is actually kind of a nice one to do next, just because it's not going to involve the Normandy. I'm going to be off the ship. So time for it to undergo some repairs, even though repairs are already done. But all right. While I'm down here, where are you, buddy? Doesn't even cost that much to upgrade. $363,000 credit. 365,000. I should probably just go ahead and buy some of the N7 weapons on the Citadel. Even fully upgraded. This is a real heavy pistol. Even with the light mod, the ultralight materials mod. Jeez. Stick with the Predator then. Accuracy. Actually, this might be more useful than the piercing. Yes, this is actually going to be much more useful, come to think of it. Alright.
Be careful out there.
I will be. So, yeah, I don't think there's really much else for me to buy. Just take a quick look at... I think I probably will end up buying something from here. Buy one or two of these weapons. If only for... better recharge speed. Okay, that'll be useful. I might go back to the Citadel at some point just to figure out... just to buy better weapons for squad mates. But that will wait for another time. This episode's gone on plenty long enough. Yay, my fish are okay. My models are back in place. And my space hamster. So that'll do for now. This episode's been plenty long. So yeah, that is the main mission for the Citadel DLC. It is not the main point of the Citadel DLC. For as long as that mission is, like for 3 parts, start with the escape from Cat 6, then the casino infiltration, and then the archives leading to the Normandy battle. And yeah, that's a hell of a revelation that Shepard had a clone. Like I said, it's very, very disconnected from the rest of the game. Just this entire DLC is just completely disconnected from the rest of the game. This was the last DLC released for the Mass Effect trilogy. It was very much intended as a loving send-off to the franchise. Shouldn't say to the franchise. To the trilogy, to these characters. They had tons of fun with it. And the fun is nowhere near over yet. But next up, I'm going to do the Omega DLC, which was also pretty popular DLC. Actually, before I do, I think there's some interesting trivia about the Citadel DLC. Not yet. No interesting trivia about it yet. But, yeah. So that is really, really fun. I love the Citadel DLC. And, yeah, so I guess that'll be it for this episode. Next episode, like I said, I will start the Omega mission, which was also DLC. But for now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.